What's going on, guys? It's Steve. So, my apologies once again. Yesterday was it was a bad day. Yesterday, I ran out of, I pre-record things and I ran out of things. I don't want to sit here and complain and make an excuse. I screwed up, so there has to be a change. There has to be a change because even though I tell you guys that I'm always a few days ahead, which I was, those few days caught up to me because of traveling. So I have to do something different. But it's kind of hard to at the same time because I'm also trying to stay up to date with everything that's going on in the NBA. So it's extremely hard to stay up to date and to also be 4 to 5 days ahead. And remember, I upload twice a day. So that's just not 4 to 5 videos. That's 8 to 10 videos, for ahead. So sometimes I do run out, and this was the first case that I actually did run out, so I apologize for that. No excuses, it's just my fault. I have to find a better system to make this work better because I really felt bad. I felt terrible. I didn't even want to upload because I got up at like 6:30, and I was like, I have to upload for my subscribers. They expect me because I tell them I work hard. So if you guys have any suggestions on what I can do to make sure this never happens again, for example, I can have, pre-recorded in real life videos. So if I ever run out of things that I'm talking about, I can just upload that instead. And I'll just be like, here, guys, I'm busy right now, or I just can't do anything right now. So here's an in real life video if you guys want to see that. Or if I should just, in the case of this happening again, I can just record like a top 10 player of all time or talk about a historic player instead of staying modern. I can go back and talk about historic, the historic NBA when I'm busy, and I could just pre-record those and have those set to where, okay, you know what? I don't have time to do a video today because I'm busy or something, an emergency happened. I could just, render, it'll already be rendered. I could just literally upload it. So if that's a better case, that's what I'll do. Or if you guys want to see the in real life videos, or if you have any other suggestion for me to stay ahead, because again, I'm not the type of, I don't make excuses. There's no excuses for what happened yesterday. I was helping my grandfather, my grandmother. We were getting a tree. We stayed out longer than I thought. I was supposed to record earlier, and I had to go somewhere, and then I had to go somewhere else, and I had to go do something with my uncle, and then I had to help someone else out. So I just had so much stuff going on, and I had their family, so I had to help them. I already told you guys I love my family to death. I do anything for them, so I had to. But at the same time, I was like, I was so stressed out, so I apologize. If you guys have any recommendations, any suggestions, let me know in the comment section below. Please let me know. But anyway, I promise it will never happen again, but just let me know another way because I have to find a better way because the way I've been doing it, yeah, it's worked for 7 months, but it's obviously not the best if, I slipped up. So I apologize for that. Anyway, let's go on to the video. Enough of me talking garbage. You guys probably don't even care. Like, Steve, it's not that big of a deal, but to me it is. But anyway, let's go on to the rest of the video. So, Kobe Bryant gave Carmelo Anthony advice on Phil Jackson. This is huge because Kobe Bryant obviously won 5 NBA championships with Phil. We understand this. This is big. And Melo came out and said, I got this from ESPN.com. I'll leave the article in the description below. So Carmelo Anthony says he has had countless conversations with former Lakers great Kobe Bryant. And he's also said, me and Kobe have countless conversations about that, etc., etc. And then he goes on to say, that's something I've learned over the years, especially with Phil. Jackson's going to talk. Nobody can stop that, so try not to read into it too much. So that's what Kobe Bryant is telling Carmelo. And then I'm going to just continue reading. Anthony declined to share what Jackson said to him Saturday, but characterized it as short, and that it would probably come out publicly soon anyway. I'm pretty sure oh my gosh, I can't read. I sound like an idiot. He said, I'm pretty sure I might be in a book, and maybe a couple of books. Then he went on to say, that was my question. Why? Regardless of what was the context of the interview or conversation, just why? Regardless of what you said, why does every time you speak, my name comes out of your mouth, regardless of what we're doing? He explained that. For me, it's been behind me since 2 days ago. At this point, it ain't no need. I'm trying to, I can't, it sounds like I can't read, but I can, but he's talking like slang. So when I read, I try to read proper because I'm in college and it's annoying because I have to read proper in college and things like that. So I apologize for this. At this point, it ain't no need for me to keep harping on the same situation. It wasn't anything that was affecting me. It was just something that if I got an opportunity to speak to him, I was going to tell him how I felt about what happened and what was said. If anything was misinterpreted, he spoke about his piece. He's got to be careful with his choice of words that he uses. He understands that. He knows that. And then Melo said about Kobe, we talked. We had a conversation this morning. I said my piece. 2 men spoke. There's not many amends to be made. From my standpoint, there's no problems. There's no issues. But we don't know exactly what Kobe Bryant told Carmelo Anthony. But this is not new that Phil Jackson's been like this. Phil Jackson's been like this for a while. It's just now with social media and things like that, it comes out more. Things like this are spread easier. So in terms of that, I don't think it's a big deal. If anyone, and don't take this the wrong way, but if anyone has the right to criticize a superstar like Carmelo Anthony, it's Phil Jackson. And you know what? I'll sit there and say this. Phil Jackson is correct. He is definitely correct in this situation where he's talking about Carmelo Anthony holding the ball for too long. There are times where Carmelo holds the ball for too long. It's a fact. And as you guys know, I'm the biggest fanboy in the world of Carmelo, but it happens. Sometimes he just holds the ball too long. I can see, sometimes I see plays. Yeah, he's passing more. He's, his points are down. He's passing. He's playing, letting the offense develop. He has another 20-point scorer on his team in Porzingis and Derrick Rose at 16. Yeah, he has that. But sometimes, even the Knicks fans, they start booing him sometimes because he holds the ball too long for sometimes. So it's not nothing new. It's nothing new. The only thing that's new about it is he has the guts to say it, whereas the previous GM or whoever didn't, because of the level of Carmelo. People are too afraid to criticize these superstars. Think about it. And don't take this the wrong way, but think about how different some certain people on TV act when a great is on television with them. I was watching ESPN First Take. I'm not going to say any names on who it was. I was watching ESPN First Take. There were two different episodes I saw. One was with Tracy McGrady, obviously, a legend, one of the greatest players ever. With or without injuries, one of the greatest players ever. In terms of skill and talent, top 10. Tracy McGrady was on, and they were acting all different. They were like literally sucking him off in a sense. Like the amount of, but when they talk about him off, it's not like that. And when Shaq was there, it's like, okay, I understand. Shaq's a 4-time champion, but you don't have to neck him like that. Like, okay, we get it. You don't have to sit there, show me the ring. Show them the ring. Make sure they see it. Like, come on. I'm not mad at anyone. I'm just saying, like, don't act different. Some people are too afraid to lose their... And this is the whole thing with political correctness and all this other crap. And I can go on, but I'm not going to talk about politics. Let's just focus on the NBA. It's this whole thing with political correctness. It's sad. People are too afraid to say their mind. And that's what the point of this channel is. For us to have a general discussion where if you can't afford cable and all you have is internet, good. You can still watch my videos because they're free. They're free. And we're a community. I reply to you guys. And by the way, I would like to apologize one more time. The last 4 days, I have not been able to reply to comments because, again, I've been traveling. The way I have to travel, I can drive all the way up to New York from Florida, but I'll just put my car on the train and sleep on the train. And it's faster and it's easier and it saves mileage on my car. So I do that. So that's why I wasn't able to reply to comments lately. But don't worry, I'll be back to replying to every single comment like I usually do. But, that's the whole point of this channel, is for us to be able to speak our mind. And when people are too afraid to say what they want to say, it's like, why should I even watch you? I speak my mind all the time, and yeah, I get flack for it. But at least we have respect for each other because you guys know I don't hold back. I have, I'm, professional in terms of I try not to curse, and I try not to, slander anyone or talk bad about anyone. When I first started, obviously I was different, but, I realized you have to be a little more professional. So I'm like that, and you guys respect me because I'm honest about things, and I say my mind, and of course I'm not right all the time. No one is. But at least speak your mind, like some of these people on TV, I see, like, it's like they're reading off a script, and it's like, why should I even watch? Listen to me and Carmelo Anthony. You damn right, I really thought Carmelo Anthony was still top 3 to start the NBA season. Obviously, I got proved wrong. Badly. I got proved wrong badly. He's definitely still top 10, but I obviously got proved wrong. I said Melo would have his best season ever. He's not. I got proved wrong there. I said Melo would be an MVP candidate. The season's not far enough in yet, but as of now, he's not. So I was wrong, but I still spoke my mind. I wasn't afraid, And the same with you guys. You guys aren't afraid. You guys roast the hell out of me. Steve, you're stupid. Melo sucks. Oh, Stephen Curry's better. And you guys are right. So I can't sit here and act like you guys weren't right. That happens. That's life. So I don't know how we segued into this topic, but we did. That's the whole purpose of this channel. But anyway, guys, I'd just like to apologize one last time. I'm so sorry. So Kobe Bryant, let's get back to the topic real quick before I end this video. Kobe Bryant talked to Carmelo. I don't know exactly what Kobe said. Maybe I didn't read it right, but we don't know exactly what Kobe Bryant said. But at the end of the day, we all know Kobe Bryant always took Melo under his wing. If you guys saw, Kobe had like a retirement dinner with Bosh was there, Braun, Wade, CP3, who else? A lot of other players were there. I think Lamar Odom was there, Melo was there, Braun, Wade. There were a lot of players there. And Melo, when they were all up there making jokes and stuff, but Melo, like he got real sentimental. He was like, "Look, you know, if it weren't for you, I wouldn't be where I am now." This was back. This was I don't know when this was, but it's like, look, if it weren't for you, I wouldn't be where I am now. Like in the 2008 Olympics, and you took me under your wing. You know, you saw Kobe's face when he said that. I don't want to make any prompt. I'll put it in right now in this video. So you can see when Melo said that, you know, you can see the emotion between him and Kobe. You know, they have a real close bond together. You know, so there's that, and that means the world, you know, to Melo. So for Kobe to still be reaching out to Melo, that means the world. So anyway, guys, I'm out of here. Let me know what you guys think about it in the comment section below. It's Steve. Peace.